Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. It's your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief, APGAINS. And I just found out a couple days ago, thanks to a friend, that I have been yelling at Capital Games for no reason for months. A huge lie has infested my entire being, turned me into a monster of hate, anger, rage, and, some small green person told you what that leads to. So we have Thaddeus from GoingNerdy, who actually discovered this and made a great video on it. Link will be in the description if you guys want to go check that out. What did we get wrong here? What did we get wrong? Break it down for us, and I'll show the people the lie that we have been fostering for months.
So I gotta be honest. I'm right there with you. I'm one that has definitely run with this lie. I have said it over and over and over again. Towards the beginning of the year, Capital Games was actually in the road ahead in April 2021. We got this moment from Crumb, and he was going over all of these different things that were coming to the game. This was the one that introduced the next galactic legend being General Kenobi, or Jedi Master Kenobi. It talked about Ahsoka Tano. There was a lot of really cool stuff. I think it finished off the Bad Batch, but at the very end, it says, as you can see, there's a shipload of changes coming to the game. Now,
that is,
I took
go for
that's
it. Go for
very
it.
different than what myself and many other content creators have taken it as. I've taken this as a shipload of content, meaning, and I've interpreted that as ships
are coming to the game.
Yeah. But a shipload of changes is very different than a shipload of content coming to the game. So I felt a little bad when I saw this. I was like, oh crap, I've been giving them absolute hell for the last half year for the wrong thing because I misread something.
Exactly. I've been giving them hell to their faces live, to the with them allowed to respond, and they said nothing. Yeah. So I think we've been beating them down. I feel kind of bad now. A little caveat here: I was doing some digging with our friend Van Seal, and we were like, maybe. Just maybe there's a conspiracy afoot that they went back posts and they changed the wording in the forum post to kind of cover their tracks. A little mystery, if you will. And me and Van Seal did some digging. And we said, where would be an accurate place to find out what exactly was said on the day of release? No room for interpretation. No room for changing. So we went back through 6 months of Arnold videos to find the video where he always grabs some screenshots. And if you see down here at the bottom, let me show you real quick. It says shipload of changes, not shipload of content. No conspiracy. We were at fault the entire time. And it feels terrible. And you know what? Will I apologize to Capital Games? Absolutely not, because I cannot find it in myself to be a nice person to CG. Maybe once GAC comes around, I'll be in a little bit better mood. But
yeah.
What have you done when thinking about a shipload of changes? What has angered you? What have you been hoping for? Break it down for me real quick.
I mean, so here's the thing. I hate ships. Honestly, it's not fun for me. I'm not good at it. The level, and that's not necessarily why it's not fun, but I'm sure that adds to it. When it comes to ships, I just don't feel like we've seen anything. When they first introduced it, they made it this big thing, oh, this is going to be the next big thing, this is going to be the next squad arena, and it became that, but no one cared about it. Right? And we don't get new ships like we get new characters, so there's no excitement for it, right? So when we get a new ship, we're like, oh, okay, whatever, it's just a new ship. But most of the times we look at the characters that we're getting and we're like, well, if this character is coming to the game, why aren't we getting their ship to come with it? Right? I'm thinking of Fennec Shand. Why aren't we getting Fennec Shand's ship? Why aren't we going to be seeing, or why haven't we seen Embo's ship or Dengar's ship? There's so many ships in the game that could be in the game, that should have been in the game by this point in the game, and we just haven't seen them. And it's like they make this, it feels like a hoop, right? And instead of making fun content around it and kind of, bringing in new ships like they bring in new characters, there's no joy for it, right? And because they're so few and far between. When we get one, we're like, oh, okay, cool. When's the next character coming out?
Yeah.
Right? If it were like character ship, or even character and ship at the same time, then it'd be like, oh, cool, we're getting some more stuff. Yeah, awesome. But like, I'm a collector in the game.
Hmm.
While everyone else is PvP or PvE, I like my shiny little uh digital Barbie dolls. That's why I play the game.
Fair enough.
I'm a collector, and when I am supposed to be collecting ships, and I can't, or when I'm supposed to be having this major part of the game that's just kind of stagnant, because that's what it is. Ships is very stagnant, and it's super frustrating. And like, I want more, and I want something better, or something different to do with it.
Hmm.
Um, I think they've just dropped the ball with ships entirely, and I want more.
Well, what
you
about
know?
this? We just got an amazing change. GAC is now where you get crystals. Squad Arena is dead. For most players who are not collectors, for players who are PvP, PvE focused, this is going to be a generally good change. And they said in the future they're going to phase out Fleet Arena from crystals. I imagine they're probably not going to put it all in GAC. There's probably going to be another game mode, maybe a ship-specific game mode. I have no idea what that's going to be. Are you excited to see if that comes in the next couple of months, that we're going to have finally a big renaissance of ships, or do you think it's just going to be stagnant? They're going to take the crystals out and then it will be completely useless?
I don't think they're going to take the crystals out just yet, and I also don't think they're going to completely switch up Squad Arena, or just completely get rid of Squad Arena just yet either. But I do think that there is going to be a renaissance of sorts. I do love that you use the word renaissance. That's great, because I think that's exactly what it is. It's a rebirth of this game mode. Now, they could do it in a form like what you're talking about, where it's the completely revamped game mode, or they could make some major changes to ship arena, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like, I really hope that they do.
Yeah.
That's the short answer. Is I really hope that they do, because again, it's something that needs to be changed. It does sound like, from the leak that wasn't a leak that turned out to be completely a leak.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, right. It's a leak. No, I didn't leak it. It's not a leak.
I
Nothing here
lied,
is true.
as I have from the beginning.
But everything's true,
Yeah.
right? So it does sound like they're trying to phase out these different types of arenas. And I like you said, I do like what they're trying to do with GAC. We'll see how it actually plays out, but
Mm-hmm.
like, I think they're going to do something else with ships. And I think they should do something else with ships.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this for a while. I think what they should do is, instead of doing ships, they should take it out and just do vehicles or mounts, and have kind of like a mix and match,
Yeah. Ships
where
and vehicles.
yeah,
Like
because
like you have a couple in the sky and a couple down on the ground. It's like a two-parter.
yeah,
That'd be
because
cool.
that would be a lot of fun. I mean, they've kind of, I don't want to say they've mastered the cutaway, but they're introducing cutaways
Mm-hmm.
in the non-playable moments. Maybe they can introduce the cutaway into a playable moment. I don't know. I mean, that's so you could have something in the sky and you can have something on the ground. I love characters, and I love that they've been focusing on characters. But really, like they've said, ships are such a major part, such an integral part of Star Wars, but so are the vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
The vehicles, I would love to be able to ride a Tauntaun. You know,
You're considering a Tauntaun a vehicle? I like that.
well, I mean, of sorts. I mean, kind of, but like a snow speeder,
Yeah.
a swoop bike. I mean, how
Ooh.
cool would it be to collect swoop bikes?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of potential for this mode to change. I do think, and for years, I think ever since the game began, people have been speculating, when is it going to end? When is it over? Is SWGOH on its way out? I don't think so. I think that we are now entering a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the start of the relaunch of what it should have been
Yeah.
in the beginning, but they just had to build up to it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So I don't know.
I think you're right about that too, because I mean, something that they never used to do that often was, well, they're not directly doing it, but we're running ads now finally for the game on other channels, on the Google Play Store, on the App Store, and stuff like that. So I think they're trying to build up a new player base because a lot of the old player base has kind of fizzled out over time.
Yeah.
And that's why they think they're making it so easy to get from the early game. You know, accelerated rate farming came out like a year ago. You know, it's easier to get gear now. Relics are probably going to become easier because now we have Relic 9, Relic 10, Relic 11, so you got to get to the Relic point at first. So I think you're right, dude. I think we're already in SWGOH 2.0. People are waiting for a new app to launch. I think we might already be there.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for hopping on. Of course, links, like I mentioned earlier in the video, to his channel and specifically the video he did breaking down this will be in the description. Thank you so much for being on, man, and I hope you have a great day, man.
Hey, my pleasure. You too, buddy.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.